All right, let's go over a trade that I'm currently in right now. This one is just a light position over the weekend. I got into it on Friday, but just to give you a gist as to like what the thought process is and things like that. Okay, a lot of this is psychology. All right, so you got to understand, like, when you enter a trade, it's probably one of the most stressful times, and then as the trade progresses, it becomes either more stressful or less. So that's something that you guys have to understand when you get into trading. It's not just enter a position and then bingo bango, money in the bank. So just keep that in mind. But again, not financial advice here. Just pay attention to what I'm saying. All right. So with Bitcoin, right, we had that massive dip, the sell-off that happened after Trump's news or whatever the hell was happening. It doesn't matter. A lot of the new stuff that happens, it's already kind of factored in. Like, for example, at this selling point up here, most likely people are already looking to sell, because if you look to the left, there's a massive resistance zone right here. So that kind of looks like this, right? This is a massive selling zone right here. So most likely people are already lining up ready to sell. It triggered a bunch of orders. The news came out, then people said, fuck it, I'm out. I already took enough profits from here to there, like I did. Like, for example, I took this trade, right? And yeah, so they sold, and the selling pressure was just too high, so it went all the way down. Now, typically what happens is all the way down here, there are also limit orders that people want to buy. So for example, people that missed this move, they might want to get in somewhere here. So which is why, if you see here, it wicked all the way up to the point where I almost entered on the previous trade, right? So most likely there were a bunch of limit orders that kind of took it up all the way to here. But then when usually that kind of stuff happens, some people realize, hey, oh crap, my limit order kind of got hit on a really, really large candle drop, which is this big one here. So they start taking positions off. So like, okay, screw it, I'm selling. And then once it gets down here, if it actually is going to be bullish, or if it's actually going to go in the direction that you're thinking, in this case bullish, it's going to reverse. So that's why I got in here. And this actually also ties into different confluences, right? So for example, if you see the whole move down, it wicked up, went up, and then started to reject. Now, if it's starting to reject, and there are a whole bunch of orders that were placed here, I'm betting that there are more orders than people actually want this to be bullish. And it is bullish. Like, the whole Bitcoin chart is extremely bullish. So if you go to the weekly, look at this thing. This thing is a monster. It's been climbing, nonstop. So going back into the smaller time frames, like if you're playing to the bullish case, a lot of people took the trade over here, right, where it wicked off and then came down a little bit. If you see that, clearly there's some buying action here, but chances are more people want to buy at the place where the most liquidity was, which is down here. And also, if you look to the left and you zoom out to the higher